Alright, YouTube, David Harry here. Now, last week I went and bought myself a really old camera, which is this one, which is the Panasonic VX870. Now, you can still kind of get these maybe ex-demonstration or good condition ones second hand, so I thought I'll get myself on because it's 4K, see what this old technology is all about because I got it at the right price. More about this in other videos. I'm going to do an unboxing on why I've bought it and stuff like that. However, as anybody who's familiar with my stuff will know, when I buy anything, I test it like madly in order to work out what I can and I can't do with it. So I did a bunch of stuff with this camera over the last week, which I've been putting up on my test channel. However, this video, I'm going to put up some stuff that I did with it where it's just too good to put on my test channel. It's a bit boring, it's quite long, but just skip through it and just take out of this video what you will. And basically what I'm doing here is this shot that I do for like my unboxings or my YouTube product videos, which is the camera just pointing down onto the whiteboard and like putting things underneath it. So this video is kind of like a resolution and focus type test and things like that. However, I think it's great, which is why it's going on this channel. Anyway, just flick through it at your own leisure and take out of it what you will. Now, this video is just going to be a bit of a test for my Panasonic VX870. So what I'm doing here is basically doing some of my rostrum type shots, which is what I normally do on my main channel for like unboxings or looking at stuff. So this is the VX870, just obviously pointed straight down onto a whiteboard. I've used this particular whiteboard to set white balance as well. I think skin tones probably look okay. The thing is, I've probably got the exposure a little bright maybe, but that's only because I'm going to be looking at some black things and I want to see detail. So the exposure might be a little bit up beyond what it probably would be if I was, say, doing pieces to camera vlogging and things like that. Okay, so with that out the way, I think it's 50 frames anyway, and I think it's f2.4. But I've got a lot of light going on here. I've got four lights here. Two very bright natural daylight LEDs, which are, I think, 6,000 Kelvin actually. And two, just two like curly bulb fluorescent types florries, which are, I think, 5,400. Shouldn't really be mixing stuff like that. However, they are very close to one another. They don't seem to get in the way of each other. Right, so actually, before I do anything into the frame, there's my hand on the table, obviously there. Now, if I bring my hand up here, I can probably get maybe that close and probably still see my ring is probably all nice and clear and stuff. Now, if I put two hands down here and I lift this one up, do I get to see any kind of blaring at the bottom? Oh yeah, it's probably blared a little bit. The thing is, the iris is obviously like quite wide here as well, so there will be a slight bit of depth of field going on. However, I'm more interested in the fact that because it's a small sensor, hopefully I don't get any kind of depth of field on most of the stuff I'm likely to do because I want to have everything like in focus as much as possible and most of the time. Anyway, so let me get into it. Okay, so that there is a Rode, thing that turns a wireless Go into a reporter mic. Let me see how close I can get there. Now the only thing is that looks very black on the screen here, but the screen on the camera isn't really it's not a good gauge. I'll get used to what this screen looks like compared to what it really looks like at some point. However, I think this is going to have a little bit more detail in than what I'm seeing on the screen. This is why I'm exposing a bit high, because obviously I'm doing like a lot of black stuff here. Okay, so let me just have a look at this. So that's a PlayStation controller. Let me just clean it a little bit. Okay, so that probably looks okay like that. Now what I'm going to do is bring it up to here. Again, if I kind of shine it, if I turn it into light and the light's shining on it a bit, probably makes a bit of, bit of sense, bit of difference as well. How close can I get? No, I'm very close there. That's literally about 2 inches, maybe 3 inches max away from the lens. It looks like it's in focus here, but I am looking at it on a small screen on the camera. It doesn't look bad, that actually. Can I get any closer? That actually looks like it's wow, okay. That's basically macro there. I'm literally about an 1.5 inches off the lens. Let's see. Oh wow, okay. I'm hoping that's actually in focus, because it looks like it's in focus. Thing is, obviously focus looks more in on a smaller screen, condensing the pixels. I mean, when something's obviously, you know, blurred out, you see that, but from down there, which is a nice wide angle for me to get close and stuff, that looks great actually. Let me just try something quick. So if I was like doing a thing where I'm going blah blah blah, this on the table, and then pull it up there to go close, just wondering if it is in focus, how quick does it focus as well? Because that definitely will have to do some form of refocusing, because it is wide open, and that is very close there. And then I drop it back there. Wow, okay, that looks good. Let me try something with a bit more detail. So there's a little graphics card. Now it might go a bit hot because that's silver there, so it might blow a bit. However, the rest of it does seem to look okay. So let me get up here. And again, that seems to look good. Wow, okay. That doesn't look bad at all, that. Right, now what I'm going to do is zoom into it. The only thing is, obviously this isn't any kind of like, you know, constant aperture or anything, so it is going to change. But let's just see what happens when I go zooming. If I can find the zoom button. Right, there it is. Okay, so if I go zooming in, I mean, if I fill the screen with it like that, looks like a similar exposure. It probably hasn't dropped too much. Now if I go right in, oops, okay, so that there, and I'm about 1.5 feet away. There, maybe a little over 1.5 feet away. So that's the closest I can get it by zooming. Let's try this a bit slower. Yeah. Okay, so that's gone out there, so that's its closest focus, doing a zoom from 18 inches away. And if I come fully out again, boom, there we go. Okay, that looks alright on the screen. I'm just hoping it looks good in real life. Actually, there's another controller there. Just get an idea of that. What it is, I've not got too many things that are light coloured. I specifically wanted to test dark stuff here. And mostly because, like, you know, the black things are quite difficult to see as far as detail is concerned. But like I say, I have kind of overlit a bit here. And then, let me try this. I want to keep things out of the frame for now. Then I'll throw some stuff in the frame for a laugh and see if I can get to see stuff close while there's stuff behind down here. So this is a little interface thing. Let me come up here. So if I come close like that, hopefully that is focusing. I can't quite gauge this one. In fact, there's some writing on the top of it there. If I do this with it, let's see. And then if I was to like look at something like this and go, oh yes, and on this end there is a USB-C socket or cable. And if I bring it up here like that, can we see it properly? Is anything else triggering the focus? My hand looks like it's blurred in the background, so actually it's just pulled to me hand by the looks of it. I think maybe it's just going to be center focus here, or it might do some kind of weird averaging. I don't know. There isn't like a ton of like focus options or anything, because it really is I think it's a 5-year-old camera now. I mean, I did get it just like recently, and it was X demonstration. It wasn't like it being battered and used. However, it is an old camera. Now let me just put a bunch of things in the frame here. Let's just see what happens. So there's some stuff. Now let me just get, in fact, here's my other camera. So there's my Sony. Let's see how this picks up here. Again, I'm very surprised at how close I can get there. And that does look nice. It still looks in focus, or this looks in focus here. I'm not too sure if this is. Let's see. That's mad. So it's definitely picking up that there. Actually, it's now just drawing a box down here into the corner. Not too sure why it's done that. However, it definitely is focusing on the Sony there, on the camera, and then if I pull it out the way, Yeah, I think it has gone and focused to the back there. In fact, let me just put that there because we can definitely read the road bit there. If I bring this into the shot and put it there, for instance, I think it is going to have to try and catch it. You know, something very predominant like the silver there. Yeah, it looks like that road's gone slightly blurry there. So if I move that out of the way, yeah, I think that is working. Like I say, small sensor, so there's not going to be huge amounts of depth of field going on here. So it is going to be extremely wide, and that's exactly what I want, because I don't want to have things going in and out of focus and pumping because things are trying to find focus. And these things here all look like they're okay on the screen. So yeah, I think that should do it for this particular test. There might be other things I'll do as well with this this 870 as well before I attempt anything on my main channel. So if anyone's come across this, there is one other video I've put up already, and I think that what was that? That was like an indoor test, you know, piece to camera type thing. There will be other stuff going up. Anyways, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Hopefully this might have been useful for somebody if they've come across it. This is my test channel. Go and check out links in the description to this video, take you to my main channel and stuff. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to dive off. So I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.